It's Thursday night, there's an NFL game on, and even though it sucks, we still have to bet it. It's our job as gamblers. No offense, Bears and Panthers fans, but you know I'm right. Without gambling, there's nobody on the planet that would be watching this thing, even the fans. Lucky for us, I found what could go down as the greatest bet of our generation. Be careful though. If you tell your friends about this one, they're gonna come to you for gambling advice every day for the rest of your life. You have to be ready for that. One thing that could help, subscribe to this channel right now. That way, you don't even have to come up with the bets. Just tell them what I bet, or even get them to subscribe to this channel. Anyways, let's talk Hayden Hurst over 12.5 receiving yards, minus 113 at FanDuel. I know what you're thinking. Slop, what is this minus 113 shit? You're right, I'm ashamed, but it's all I could come up with. Guys, this is a bullshit game. Everybody knows that. We've already talked about it. But in my defense, the books aren't even giving alt lines on this guy. I don't blame him either. 25 plus would be like plus 350, probably. Here's the thing though. I think this guy could actually get 25 plus. So going with 12.5 feels like stealing. For what it's worth, every other book on the planet besides FanDuel has over 17.5. That's what we math guys call a 5-yard difference. That's big, especially when the line's 12.5 to begin with. What are we even doing here? In fact, I should even say that if this video comes out and FanDuel has already moved it up, I would go as high as 20 yards on this dude. Or wait to see if people drop 25 plus receiving yards and take anything better than plus 160. Obviously, we want a little more for 25 plus, but plus 160 is not that bad. Why? Because I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to run the ball on the Bears. As bad as the Chicago Bears are at everything else, they can stop the run. On the season, they're tops in the entire NFL in opposing running backs' yards per attempt. Carolina's not even good at running the ball to begin with, so that's going to be a big issue tonight. When they get stonewalled, Bryce Young is going to have to let it fly. He won't even have a choice. Now, I know that the Panthers have like a million guys they like to throw to, but DJ Chark's doubtful tonight. And that tight end that caught 4 balls last week, Steven Sullivan, he's out too. They have no choice but to tighten up the target tree, and that helps us. The thing is, even with all those other guys that are running routes out there, Hayden Hurst has still been targeted 28 times this season. It's not like he's some rando running around out there. He's not a fan on the field. He's an actual tight end that actually catches passes. And while we're talking about tight ends, the Bears have given up 462 receiving yards to that position this season. Juwan Johnson just torched him for 29 yards last week. Donald Parham went for 43 the week before. Austin Hooper and Michael Mayer went over this number the week before that. Guys, we just need 13 yards here. On top of all the other things we got going for us, it's going to be in the high 40s tonight, no wind, no rain, basically known as tight end weather. There is no way this bet loses. Now, obviously, we can't just have one bet on a Thursday night football game. That's stupid. So here's where shit's going to get a little bit sideways. We're going to need a gigantic parlay, especially since our guy's probably going to cash on the first drive. Lucky for us, FanDuel is giving out a no sweat same game parlay tonight. It's perfect. Other than the fact that they'll only refund $5 on this thing. That sucks, but a free parlay is a free parlay. And what I have in mind seems kind of fun. We already talked about how the Panthers will not be able to run the ball on the Bears. But here's the thing. No team in the NFL has allowed more passing touchdowns to quarterbacks this season than the Chicago Bears. That's why we're going to take Bryce Young 3+ passing touchdowns plus 800. Before you say, Slop, there's no chance he can do that. Guess what? He's already done it once this season. In fact, he did it against another NFC North team, the Detroit Lions. They're also pretty good at stopping the run. Just saying, the Bears are in the NFC North, and they stop the run, just like the Lions. The only thing that's really different is they don't score like the Lions. But whatever, let's overlook that for a second. At plus 800, this is a great place to start, especially since it's a parlay. Here's the thing about passing touchdowns. You need 2 guys. That's just how passing works. If one guy throws one, another guy has to catch one. People helping people, baby. So why not throw in the great Tommy Trimble? Dude is like plus 650 tonight. Sure, he's only caught 8 passes on the year, but 2 of them were for touchdowns. That's almost 25%. And before you thumb your nose at the great Tommy Trimble, keep in mind that the day Bryce Young threw 3, Tommy caught 1 of them. And don't forget, the Bears have given up 4 touchdowns to tight ends this season. The team that's given up the most touchdowns to tight ends this season has only given up 5. At this point, it's hard to make a case that Tommy Trimble won't score a touchdown tonight. Now, obviously, we're going to need more than one guy, so why not Adam Thielen? I get that he's only plus 165, but remember the day when Bryce threw 3 in one game? Thielen caught 1 of them. And without DJ Chark in the lineup, if Bryce Young throws a touchdown to a wide receiver, it's probably going to be Thielen. He's already already caught 4 this year, and the Bears have given up 10 to the wide receiver position this season. In fact, only 3 teams in the entire NFL have given up more than 10 touchdowns to wide receivers this season. This isn't that crazy, and $5 on this thing is going to give us $200 back. Sweat free too. We'd be dumb not to do this. I'll see you guys on the live stream later. Don't forget to turn on the notifications.